What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Beeb. I smell love in the air. It's February 14th. You already know what it is. These are the breaks.
And these are the breaks. These are the breaks. You know what it is.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Beav. You already know what time it is. These are the breaks. Let's start with the NFL. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Swifties out there on winning another Super Bowl.
Winner!
Now, if you want to look at this, can we now start considering Patrick Mahomes the GOAT? I would say yes. He's not even 30 yet, and he's knocking off these championships left and right like it's no tomorrow. Of course, the Swifties won, Travis Kelce and things like that. But looking at the long run, the Kansas City, every time a team wins a championship, they got to retool. So they got some roster movements that they need to take care of, but we're going to go ahead and see how that gets taken care of. Now, to the losers, San Francisco 49ers. Can we make some noise for the losers, please? Please. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this was one of the teams that kept coming out to NBA Youngboy, and if you come out to NBA Youngboy, you know what that means.
Busted!
You're going to lose every time. Debo Samuels was a no-show. Brock Purdy looked very systematic.
You are a loser.
Now, looking at this, as soon as the news broke out, the 49ers, the game went into overtime. Well, how come the Chiefs knew what the hell to do and the 49ers didn't know what the hell to do?
He's an idiot.
I just feel like it's an excuse. Y'all really just lost. Y'all was outclassed by Andy Reid. How the hell your head coach knew what to do in overtime, but y'all didn't? I smell bullshit. And the bullshit is coming from every player in that locker room. And you know what's even more funny than that? The 49ers have, 30-plus years of not winning the Super Bowl? So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. Justin Fields is on the move. Chicago Bears, if you don't know, now you know. We got to start looking at the NFL draft. The Chicago Bears have necessarily the number one pick, and they have Justin Fields, in which they're looking to move. And I'm telling you right now, there is word on the block that he might be a Pittsburgh Steeler. Mike Tomlin's in love with Justin Fields, and I'm in love with him too. I'm just going to tell you right now, Chicago, there is no way in hell he was going to win. It was impossible. But now, the Pittsburgh Steelers went ahead and cut Mike Trubisky, so they're looking to bring in another quarterback, and I'll say this is the ideal fit. It gives the Pittsburgh Steelers a dual-threat quarterback. He can throw and run, so Najee can, do his thing, and Warren and Fields and everyone can live in peace and harmony. And Pickens can stop crying as he get the ball now. So we're going to go ahead and see how this formulates and see how the Steelers are going to take over if they do get Justin Fields. More hot news, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is coming off an injury, but before he went on injury, he was having a hell of a year. He's looking to also get paid and see if he stay with the Minnesota Vikings. If he doesn't, I personally would like to see Kirk Cousins on the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, you probably think, why the Raiders, right? Devontae Adams will love it. It'll be an aerodynamic system at all costs. Raider fans probably might win some games. We can finally hear them shut the hell up about, this is our year. It might actually be your year this year. Also on the news, Russell Wilson, he could be on the move too. I highly doubt he goes back to Denver. He could definitely take a trip to the New England Patriots, or he can, move somewhere else. But let's move him out of Denver.
Bye-bye.
It didn't work. It's not good business at all. So we're going to go ahead and see how that goes. Justin Jefferson, he said he's not necessarily going to sign until you figure out who's at quarterback, and that's very smart because you don't want no rookie throwing the ball at you. You want someone that's proven. But I feel that Justin Jefferson is going to stay in Minnesota. If he doesn't, Minnesota, even though the Timberwolves is front runner right now, y'all football team will be the dumbest organization by far. All right. NFL draft. I talked about it a little bit. Let's just talk about the first two teams. We have the Chicago Bears, which I told you they either going to take a quarterback with their first round draft pick, which is good. But I'm going to tell you right now, Chicago, you need more than just a quarterback. You need a line. Damn it, you need probably a new whole organization because it's not working. something that's going to be very a struggle bus for you in the long run in the scheme of things. The number 2 draft pick goes to the Washington Commanders. All right, we're kind of looking to see what the Washington Commanders going to do. Sam Howell wasn't too shabby, but that was Sam Howell under Eric Bieniemy, which, if you didn't know, he might go back to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Bye-bye.
He gave him uplift, and you see what they did to the 49ers, whoop their feet. So, if we're looking at the Commanders, I would say they also need to go with a quarterback. They got receivers already, but they don't have a good enough quarterback. Sam Howell is good, but I would say he's like the Gardner Minshew type. If something happens to your star, he will definitely fill in and get you, some wins here and there to get you over the hump. But he's not something that I necessarily see that would be bona fide. It would be something kind of a filler and things like that. Other teams that necessarily have to get their shit under wraps is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. They have to get under the cap as well. Hassan Reddick said he didn't want to trade, but you know how that goes. He wants to get paid $25+ million. And you know my favorite line, cut. He ain't going to get that from me. We got a new defensive scheme, which is a 3-4. And Hassan Reddick, I love you. I don't really talk mess about you at all. But, dog, you can't drop in the coverage. That's going to be a deal breaker for me. We got to bolster up that linebacker core and defensive back. Same with the Buffalo Bills. They necessarily don't have too much to add on to. I will always say retool the defense. You cannot have not enough cornerbacks and safety, so we'll see how that goes. The Miami Dolphins definitely need to retool their offensive line. 3 free agents is on the block, but if you ever looked at the Miami Dolphins, they have flaws at the offensive line position. A lot of their scheme and quick throws necessarily saved them, but it's not going to save them in the long run. So Miami, you definitely need to get your shit intact. And you're probably thinking, Los Angeles Rams, what the hell we going to do? Pray. That's what we're going to do is pray to see what the hell is going to happen, because we did find a gem in Puka later in the round. So we're going to see what the Rams can do, because the Rams is very good at finding gems. Let's go ahead and pivot to the NBA. NBA fast break. Let's go ahead and start first. Breaking news. Kawhi Leonard is out. He's not playing tonight versus the Washington. Washington. I'm so sorry, folks. They sorry, too. The Golden State Warriors. And if we're looking at it, it's kind of puzzling to me. He has a left strain in his knee. What my kind of assumption is that he's resting through the All-Star break. And it's kind of puzzling because the Clippers were, on a roll, and they lost to the Timberwolves a few days ago, and now they're facing the Warriors. And we're going to see how this necessarily rolls out. The Clippers can do it. Going into the All-Star break weekend, they're doing pretty good. Currently right now they're with the number 2 seed, number 2, number 3, depending on their fighting the Thunder. But I can see this team actually making some noise in the playoffs, because you got to remember, as long as you get in the top seed, you really want that number 1 seed to get home court advantage through the whole playoffs. If you don't get it, so what? But locking in the number 2 seed at least gets you out of the way of some tough competition. And that tough competition can be, if you've never seen the bottom of the standings, it could be the Warriors, it could be the Lakers, it could be Dallas, who necessarily retool. So we're going to see how that necessarily blossoms and father itself out. Another team I was looking at too was the Timberwolves. Front run USA. Timberwolves is currently number 1 seed. Rudy Gobert, Cat Williams, Nasri, Ant-Man, Mike Conley, the list goes on. But something that necessarily pissed me off was something that the Minnesota Timberwolves did a few days ago versus the Clippers. They talked shit. They yelled that they're old. I'm just going to keep it real with you. They said these niggas is old. Let's keep it real. That's unacceptable to me. Minnesota, you haven't been relevant for I don't know how long. I love Minnesota. I went there for 2 years. You can't front run. When it comes playoff time and we playing each other about 3 or 4 times, adjustments going to be made. And you really think you're going to win? They're not legit. Those are the most pretenders I ever see. We see what Rudy Gobert does when he gets cooked in the playoffs. Right now, they're good at the regular season. But when it comes time to playoffs, that team is going to get cooked, charboiled cook. And I can't tell you more than this. But what I can say, Minnesota, it's not going to be too good after the second round. And probably won't even make it out of the second round. They probably might be stuck right there in their loneliness. Lakers! Spencer Dinwiddie is joining the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, Darvin Ham said he wants to run a 3-guard system. This shit is stressing me out. The Lakers haven't learned their lesson yet, and Darvin Ham is coming in hot and says he wants to run this 3-guard system, and I'm telling you right now, that's the most scariest shit ever. I don't know how this is going to make y'all better. I don't know if this is going to be something that turns the tide, but this Laker team is just literally just coasting. They know they don't have that much potential. They know this roster is not that damn good. So what they're doing is just staying afloat, staying in the news, because they know that exit is coming pretty damn fast. I guarantee it. Darvin Ham is going to be out the door, and eventually LeBron James is going to be out the door. But we got to wait and see, because I'm telling you, it was a game when the Lakers played against the Celtics, and the Lakers looked like a team that was forced to be reckoned with. Guess who wasn't playing? LeBron and AD. You might call it a fluke, but I actually called it a testament, because it actually showed you what you actually got on your team. What? Hey, fuck it. Let's let it ride. I don't care if they lose. I'm a Clipper fan, baby. Hey, when we come back, we'll keep going with our NBA talk. We'll see you in a moment. Let's pay these bills.
Hey everyone, I'm Neko Gumike with the LA Sparks, and you are watching Infanity Television.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel Gwimike, and you're watching Infanity Television. Boom.
Shout out Infanity Television. This is Juju Watkins. See y'all.
Welcome back. You already know it's your boy Beam, and we're tuned into the breaks. Now, before I left, I was talking about the Lakers and their debacle in their season. But let's go ahead and transition to NBA trades. So I haven't talked about it. A few NBA trades went down. We had both Donovich from the Pistons went ahead and went to the Knicks. So the Knicks made a few different deals so they could bluster themselves up in regards to their trades. So that is something to look out for. So far, it has been paying off. Even the Dallas Mavericks traded with the Washington Wizards for Gafford. There was rumor that, Kuzma necessarily was going to get traded to Dallas. But I'm going to tell you right now, Kuzma don't want to go nowhere, but he wants to stay in Washington. I'm going to tell you why. He has spent his time with LeBron James sitting in a corner. He would no longer do that. That's a hell no in his eyes. He don't want to do that shit no more. But Dallas went ahead and retooled. Pat Bev, Milwaukee Bucks. It's all right. Kyle Lowry went back home to the Philadelphia 76ers. Again, that one's kind of it all depends on how Embiid is, right? You know, Embiid is currently out with injury, so when he comes back, we're going to see how that goes. But you see, I didn't mention none of the teams in L.A. That's kind of surprising, right? And not really, because these teams can't really make moves like that. A lot of different teams went ahead and retooled themselves, but, you know, it's not much that the Lakers and Clippers can do to retool themselves. So they just got to let it burn, right? Like Usher said. Let's go ahead and talk about the All-Star break. It's coming up this weekend. You already know Valentine's Day weekend. So it should be fun, right? We have Steph Curry going against Sabrina in a three-point shootout. We have some slam dunk competitions going on. And we have the All-Star game. It's back. It's not the buddy-buddy system no more. It's back to the East versus West. Thank the Lord. I was so tired of this buddy-buddy shit. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm even tired of Cat Williams. So sorry, people. Carl Anthony Towns. Jesus Christ, you got the same damn name, right? And Paul George being buddy-buddy. The shit is just absurd. I'm tired of it. So we actually get to see some competition. Like I said, Kawhi won't be in attendance. Neither will Embiid. So we're actually going to see how this boils down in Indiana. Now, speaking of that, we have some rule breakers that's going to be in Indiana. Let's start here first with Mike Epps and Shay Shay. If you don't know, Mike Epps made a joke, a derogatory joke towards Shay Shay. Question his sexuality and things like that. And Shay Shay wasn't amused by it at all. He told him, you know, don't question my sexuality. I'm not what you spoke of. And he told him, when he see him, it's on sight. You know what Mike Epps told him? He said, I don't squabble no more, I'll shoot. Why are we doing this? Why? Mike Epps, we know you want attention because of Cat Williams and Monique all being on Club Shay Shay. You didn't get invited, or the DMs didn't get answered, whatever it may be, right? But there's no need to put out a hit on the man. There's no need to say, I'm gonna hit this man with the blicky. It makes no sense. Y'all two need to hug that shit out. Get over it. And the way he talked about Ocho Cinco was crazy. Said he looked like a milk dud. That's ridiculous. Next up, Stephen A. and Mo. Stephen A. Went on Monique about, you know, her comments and Monique's husband, which she called daddy, which is very uncomfortable to me. I could have sworn his mama named him something else other than daddy. But Stephen A. kind of talked about Monique and how her characteristics and all this mumbo jumbo bullshit, right? Monique took time out, her and daddy, to respond. I don't like saying that daddy bullshit. But I feel like Monique, right? And Monique, you one of my favorite comedians. Let's start there, right? I still fuck with Simone. Monique, you're up there too. Monique, let's have conversations behind closed doors.
Okay.
I'm tired of seeing you and your husband sitting side by side like I am on this show and posting this out to the world. What is that doing? It's not solving conflict between you and the individual. It's you inviting everyone in your household to more conflict. Just like what your son did, right? You already acknowledged that you wasn't a good mother to him, but it is what it is, right? Like, let's have that conversation uninterrupted inside the house. Let's stop having this uninterrupted conversation to the whole world so we can keep judging. Some things need to stay in-house. And Mo, you and your husband need to keep that shit in-house because I'm tired. You left Shay Shay with momentum. You're on tour with Cat Williams and you're getting momentum. Every time you sit next to your husband, it just annoys the fuck out of me. And people can say, well, her husband's standing up for it. Yes, but he don't need to speak for it 24/7. Let Monique speak her truth. She says she's doing it. I think it's kind of tainted, but that's up to discretion. What we're going to do, we're going to stop right here. When we come back, I got to talk about Usher and his freaky ass. So we'll see you in a moment. Let's go pay these bills.
Hey everyone, I'm Neko Gumike with the LA Sparks, and you are watching Infanity Television.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chanel Gwimike, and you're watching Infanity Television. Boom.
Shout out Infanity Television. This is Juju Watkins. See y'all.
Welcome back. It's your boy Beam, and you already know what you're tuning into. These are the breaks. Now, I know you listen to me on this, this Lover's Day, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's a lot of shit that I hate, and I'm going to start with Usher's performance. You know Usher, you know how he get out, right? Roller skates, slide between legs and things like that. But there is something that Usher did, which me personally, I wouldn't care because, acting is acting. But everyone was all up in arms when Usher grabbed Alicia Keys by her waist and was singing My Boo. If you don't know that song by now, everyone's like, if it was my lady, if it was my lady, if it was your lady, you would shut the fuck up. It's Usher. It's entertainment. I feel like everyone's kind of disconnected when it comes to entertainment.
Bye-bye.
Do you think Usher is really sleeping with Swiss Beats' wife? Come on, let's be realistic. Let's stop bleeding our insecurities into the world. You saw a bunch of crying babies. Oh, if it was my girl. And you, if it was, you ain't gonna do shit, because I guarantee you right now, your girl running somewhere right now, frolicking in the land. And you can't do nothing. All you doing is spending time with is hiding your phone.
He's an idiot.
So cut it out. Just leave it alone.
Okay.
Something else that got me fired up. During Black History, an article came out that Travis Kelce invented the fade. Travis Kelce, he quickly said, it wasn't me, right? What I don't like is that things that are necessarily have been done by blacks for years is constantly overlooked until someone popular and or white comes around and does the same thing we do. I feel like haircut shouldn't even have no race. I feel like highlighting a man's haircut is not that deep.
Okay.
It's like the number one haircut in the United States. So y'all telling me y'all never woke up and seen a fade?
Owie!
It's the welcome to the community haircut for little kids. And let's take it a step further. You never see your grandfather's picture of the military with a fade?
Boom.
I'm just saying. It shouldn't be a whole page article about a goddamn haircut. It just shows that the media don't got shit to talk about. So let's tighten up with that. That shit is just completely absurd. So let's go ahead and pivot to my breakout. And this breakout got me up in arms. I don't think it's going to be too pleasant, Jeff. I don't think this one's going to be too pleasant. Act 2, Beyoncé. If you don't know now, you know she's dropping a country album. And I'm just going to say this, so it begins. I'm not too one to get into much, political or racist things like that, but this one kind of grind my gears. Please call the cops, because they're going to be needed in Oklahoma. Oklahoma radio station. Fans are calling in because if you don't know, Beyonce dropped 2 country songs during the Super Bowl time with her Verizon Super Bowl shoot. And if you don't know, Beyonce is dropping Act 2, which is going to be a completely country album. This Oklahoma radio station said, you know what? We're not playing Beyonce because she's not country.
He's an idiot.
If someone out there in the world can define to me what the fuck is country, how is she not country? Right? We debated this earlier on Profanity Nation. Does it boil down to necessarily how the person sounds or what the instrument is being used? And if you're looking at this, right, it really boils down to the instruments being used. How I'm gonna judge somebody with having twang in their fucking in that conversation? Right? Music is necessarily born from all genres. I could be raised in LA and sing country. You probably think like, he's not raised in the country. Why the hell he singing country in LA? Because that's something that resonated with me, right? My fucking family probably resonated from the country. Or country music resides in me and now I'm going to sing about it. I'm just going to take my LA living, put it behind a country beat. That's what defines country. It's the goddamn instruments being used, the tempos, the necessarily, the orchestra, whatever's being used, right? You wouldn't say Beethoven is fucking pop. Like let's be realistic here. Right? Taylor Swift dropped the country album. There was no problem with that. Now, again, I'm not trying to go down that road, but let's call spade a spade, right? Texas Hold'em is necessarily a country song. They say, you know, we'll be cool with welcoming Beyonce in our culture. What the fuck you mean welcome Beyonce into the country scene? If you really want to boil down to it, country music was really our music.
Bye-bye.
And by our, I mean African Americans. Same with the blues and the jazz. If you go back in time and really listen to jazz and country music, it was something that necessarily was being played during, you guessed it, slavery time. Now, I just don't see how shit just keep going over people's head. I just don't see it. How is she not? So let's break it down like this, right? How is she not country? She was born and raised in Houston, Texas. That's fact one. The instruments, the ukulele, the guitars, everything. It's country. She did a country song before, which was Daddy Lessons. Like, we have evidence that she's not just picking and choosing, sticking and moving. She has literally said, country music started me. Right? Another argument broke out, right, in regards to this Beyonce one. The song Fast Car. They didn't consider that country until, Luke Combs started singing it? But if you really want to boil down to it, the song damn near been country for a long time. It's not pop. Like, we are living in 2024. We have to stop this. Oh, this is not country. What do you define country as?
Okay.
Because you just keep breaking, you just keep going down the chain and keep breaking a pattern that doesn't need to be broken. Just play the goddamn music. I'm telling you right now, it's going to begin, and if we're looking at this, it's going to be a lot of head turning. It's going to be a lot of up and down, and there's going to be some country artists that said, "Well, shit, this is my shit, and I've been here for a very long time, and she shouldn't be coming into my genre." It's not your genre. If you want to be realistic, right? Country boils down to a lot of things. Country is necessarily the top genre. Everything underneath it is going to be sub. You got greenhouse, right? You got folk. You got multiple things that stem from country. So let's stop this bullshit, right? It's like, hey, hip-hop, we didn't stop. We didn't say Eminem can't come in here. Eminem came in here and rocked the fucking stage. We didn't say the Beastie Boys couldn't come in hip-hop. Post Malone, Logic, we gonna stop right there. Logic shit is whatever. But that's my rant for today. I'm glad y'all came down my island to understand this. But again, it has been your boy Beef. You are tuned into The Breaks on Infanity TV. Hey, you can follow me at Leave It to Beef 31. And if I'm not here, right, you can follow me on Sundays at We Don't Make the Rules Pod. And also, too, I want y'all to tune in starting Thursday, right? Clippers Unleashed, right? We're coming in hot with all the Clippers news, right? Full clip, Clippers Unleashed. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be the hottest thing in the USA, America. Because it's me and Michael and more people. So tune in. In regards to that, I'll catch you later. Peace.